Hi, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming over. Can I get you anything? Coffee? Cheez-Its? No? Okay, well, tonight I thought we could talk a little bit about something that is on every American's mind, and that is politics. Now, in order for you to be able to talk to people about politics, say at a cocktail party or barbecue, swim meet, you're going to need to know what you're talking about. You need to get a little informed, okay? So I'm going to give you some terms that I think will help with that. The first term is voter, and that's you. You have the capability of seeing how the wheel turns and helping to turn it. Will you turn the wheel all the way or get it up a hill or down the hill? Probably not, but it's your job as a voter. You can be a voter, by the way, in the United States as long as you're a citizen, or from what I understand, if your parents live in Mexico but you're born here, you can work here and vote here. I'm not really sure how that's, a lot of babies are working and voting. I don't know how that works, but anyway, as long as you're a citizen in good standing, you can vote. An important thing about voting in an election is knowing when the election is. Very helpful. Now, national elections seem to be happening every 2 to 4 years, but your local, regional, geographical elections, they're popping up like crabgrass. Every time you turn around, there's an election. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to be driving home, and that drive is going to take you by the high school, and you're going to have, food right there. You're going to have the night planned, and all of a sudden you turn to go up the hill, and there are people standing there holding signs, and you're like, what? I didn't know there was an election going on. So this is going to be helpful, though, because what I like to do is judge the two groups, usually two groups, and then a wacky group, because there's always a wacky candidate. But I like to judge the two groups, who's nicer, who's waving more, who's better looking. And that's how I make my decision. I read their sign as I go by, and, I'll be pulling that lever. Okay, the second term is once you get into your polling station. Now that could be, like I said, high school. It could be a field house. Some Ocean State job lots have them. You are going to be handed and this is our second term, a ballot. Now this is something you're going to fill in to make your choice. And they're going to give you a magic marker that is way too thick for what you're trying to do here. So you're going to want to take your marker and your ballot and go into that voting stall, I like to call it. And you're going to fill in the oval, and then in doing so, cast your vote. On your way out, you might get some people, if they really like politics, they might, run up to you and say, hey, what do you think of Proposition 3? If they really like politics, they might even call it Prop 3. There are a couple ways to handle this, because you're not going to know, what they're talking about. The first way is you could go, is that a tornado? That's worked for a lot of people, I know. The second thing you can do is say, my vote is sacred. And I'm frankly ashamed and astonished, ashamed for you that you would ask. But I'll see you around. See you at Dunkin' Donuts. And that will usually take care of that. Now, once you leave, our last term is a technical term. It's called results. The cable news is going to give you those results. But frankly, this is where you learn, your vote, it doesn't really matter. It was great that you did it, I played the game, I cast the vote. But there are students that make up an electoral college that's in Des Moines, and there's a branch in New Hampshire, so it's Iowa and New Hampshire. So non-state private school, but they are deciding the outcome of this election. So you know what? That's okay. Still go to vote every time. It's a great thing to do. It's your civic duty, and it's good for the kids to see you vote. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful, and next time we'll be talking about the economy. In my spare time, I think I've come up with a plan, so I'd like to share it. All right. See you later.